The management led obviously by Dr. Umar Obama have tried to make it as accessible a program as possible. Okay, so there we go, Barack Obama, another image of him just briefly. That seems to be the trend here today. We're just getting snips, just little images here and there of him as he navigates from either one stand to the other or one brief meeting to the other. That's a bus gullet, I believe, just outside there, quite close. Dr. Umar Obama flanking the president, dressed in the same colors that she was in yesterday, and Barack Obama waving at those who are trying to catch his attention. You can see the Secret Service team still on standby. He might be a retired president, but that does come with the perks of protection for the rest of his life for him and his family. And so the classrooms are there, so he's being shown this is what it will look like. You can almost put words to the kind of motions that Dr. Umar Obama is. I mean, those are some of the words that she used the last time she addressed Kenyans in 2015. But look at the contrast. In 2015, when he arrived, he actually gave her a ride then in the Beast. And what a unique and special relationship they've had, even if they were separated by distance for quite some time. And he has now come to endorse her project, and what a special moment it is in Kogelo today. The opportunity becomes sort of harder to harness.
It's something that the policymakers have to train their focus on now.
Okay.
Because you can't close your eyes to it.
You can't close your eyes to it. Okay, and so we continue to focus on our screen, and now we are getting some sort of more stable pictures of President Obama. Clearly, it's some sort of whirlwind tour of the facility, just here, there. I mean, I wish we could really get the sound of what he's telling those there. Last time, we know he tried to practice a few Kiswahili words. I'm not sure how successful he was with that, although he did his best. Learning a new language can be difficult. But it truly is a proud moment for Dr. Auma and for the residents, and obviously for Obama to come back home and be able to do this. And one can only imagine how he must be thinking to himself that next time I must bring my family so that I don't just tell them about Kenya, but they can also get to experience what I have experienced. Dr. Rutenberg, once again, welcome to the program. That experience, and then what this feels for you when you heard that he's coming and he's here right now.
No, it was a tremendous experience, and I think as we think to Obama's legacy during his presidency, one of the big things that comes up is that celebration of leadership, and that laser-sharp focus on leadership and how leaders can change communities, can really drive tremendous amounts of change. So that same focus comes back for me as we welcome him back to Kenya, and he has maintained that focus on leadership, whether it's through the YALI program, the Young African Leadership Initiative, or certainly the center that's being opened up in Kogelo. It's wonderful to see someone have a thread that has run through his own leadership. And
been very consistent as well.
Absolutely consistent.
I actually want to give you a minute to brag about what took you to the White House, for the benefit of our viewers who may not have been able to follow that.
So I was in 2012, I believe it was, named one of the White House Champions of Change.
Okay.
And this was a program under the Obama administration that recognized within the diaspora in the U.S. I was at that point living in the U.S.
Okay.
That recognized leaders within the diaspora who were driving community change, and that was for the work that I was at that point doing with Akili Dada, which is an organization that continues to work in Kenya, even though I've handed on leadership and transitioned to other things.
So how was the experience? I mean,
it was incredible. I mean, it was incredible to have an opportunity to be at the White House. My son, who was born 4 days before here in Kenya, and when he was elected, he made it very, very clear, I am president of the American people. So his visit here is also a challenge to us.
It's also a challenge.
As we are celebrating and welcoming him, I hope that we're also taking on that challenge. What would it take for us to shift our systems so that we are producing our own leaders for the world stage?
You've raised some very interesting questions, and Dr. Mustafa looks like he's really itching to come into this conversation. And as we talk about the vicious cycle that is the system that we have in this country, where to produce an Obama will really take almost an act of God. And let's talk about some of the factors. So high-level corruption, and this has been proven even by our transparency index rankings as a country. We have the youth culture of please give me, and Dr. Obama also referenced that as well. And then a leadership that when you get into office, it's almost as if a transformation occurs. And a lot of Kenyans have been up in arms with the fact that elected leaders went to Russia to benchmark in a sport that many